Ain't that the coolest trailer, everybody? Welcome back, everyone, for a very special stream. If you're just joining us for the first time, my name is Alex. I'm your community manager here at SCS Software, and joining me live from the studio in Prague at our newest studios, actually. Brand new. We got Peter. How are we doing, Peter, today?
Hi, hello everybody. It's good to be here after a few weeks. I'm doing good. What about you, Alex?
I'm doing good. It's good to be back. It's been a while, chat. It really has been a while. Of course, we've been busy moving offices and, getting things ready here as well for the release of Nebraska, which we're so very excited to share with you today. We are, of course, live streaming right now to YouTube and Twitch the very first time, the Nebraska DLC, which we're going to be checking out live on stream for you today. Now, first of all, everybody, just some house rules here, okay? This is a work in progress still. I know that the release is not too far away, as you just saw on our wonderful trailer there. Big shout out to our video guys. May 16th, it's just a few days away, but of course our team is still working hard behind the scenes to kind of pick up on those little things, polish things out, and make sure everything is ready for you to enter the state. But we've been given some special access from our fellow colleagues to check it out with all of you live on stream today. And as far as I'm aware, Peter, we can go just about anywhere we like, right?
Yeah, it should be right.
It should be right. So, Peter, as you can see, is behind the wheel in the studio. He is our dedicated driver today. And, we're kind of thinking, where should we go? Because Nebraska, it's a bit of a surprising state, right? There's so much we could explore and see. Look how many roads there are, the networks, so many different cities and such. And we couldn't really decide, could we, Peter?
Yeah, so many places to explore. As you can see, I am parked here at the side of the highway, just on the border of Nebraska. So that's where we start. But I guess, it's up to chat to decide where we are going to go.
That's right, chat. We are giving you, for the next hour, we're going to start timing that. The next hour, we're giving you basically freedom of where we should drive to. So we've got ourselves an empty trailer. We got ourselves a truck, a beautiful truck at that. And we're at the state border. And we kind of want to know where you would all love to go to. Now, of course, there's way too many landmarks and places to put on a poll. So we're going to have to just kind of eyeball it here, if that's okay. There's a lot of Omaha coming through. Omaha, is that how you pronounce it? I'm going to have a awful time pronouncing names.
I would say you are right.
Omaha? Yeah, is that correct?
That's what I would say.
A lot of votes for that. A lot of votes for that so far. Omaha. Yeah, I guess that's correct.
I guess we should go there, right?
There's a lot of votes for that so far. So I guess, it's right on the other side of the state.
Yeah.
If that's where you want to go. Now, during the stream, obviously, if you decide to change your mind and you kind of vote as a collective where we should go, then do let us know. But let's see what we find along the way. Let's set our GPS sites for Omaha, and let's see how the drive goes through there on the Highway 80. Now, you're already pulled over very safely there, might I add. Very safely on the side of the road.
Thank you.
And we are going to be heading into Nebraska. Crossing that state line, it feels pretty good. But of course, again, still work in progress, and I believe we're also still on the 1.50 beta version as well, which also there's a lot of different features and such still being worked on that as well. So please do keep that in mind. But it's finally great to be with you trucking in Nebraska. I know it's been a lot of kind of hype and post about it, but it's great to be finally here. And of course, for the week of release of this wonderful DLC, which we're very excited to get around to for sure. It's a bit stormy actually out there. What are you saying, Peter?
Oh, yeah.
Clouds on the horizon?
Yeah, but it's still early in the morning, I think. As you can see, maybe there it's 6 a.m. So maybe it will get better.
I hope so. Hopefully the weather will improve for us. But yeah, Nebraska, I think, is a state that is surprising us all, because there's a lot in Nebraska in terms of landmarks and cities and history. As you can see from the trailer, that just showcases just a little bit of the amount you can see around Nebraska, which we're very excited for you to check out for yourselves. Chat, I just want to ask, first off, what are your thoughts on the video trailer that when we dropped it? Because I'm sure you've probably seen that multiple times by now. But second of all, do you have an area that you're most excited for, everybody? Let us know. Let us know. Awesome. Loving it. It is awesome. Hey, glad to hear that. Yeah, it's very cool. The trailer's awesome. You want to see Bailey's yard? Yeah, that's a cool thing. We actually featured that one in our blog. That's the railroads, right? There's actually quite big history and when it comes to railroads, and there's a lot of railroads in Nebraska as well. Nebraska amazing, says Red Wine. Terrible pun. Terrible pun. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Do you remember which
Mm-hmm.
city is it in? Is it North Platte?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe it is. If I'm not mistaken, somewhere around that area. But we'll see if we pass along that way. A lot of people are asking, are you still using the Hori wheel at the moment, Peter?
Oh yeah, I am. Actually we go through it.
Yeah, we may be able to see a glimpse of it then, or maybe we could make a detour if people are interested in checking out North Platte.
I'm still using the Hori wheel because it was still set up here and I wanted to try it out. Of course. Of course.
I mean, it's a great looking wheel.
Yeah.
With so much on it, but it feels good to be driving with it through a brand new state as well. I see a mention here that saying Peter's a little bit quiet. Is the sound okay, chat? We are in a brand new studio, by the way, so obviously we're still tweaking things. There's still things that still are being worked on and polished out. So if there's any issues, then do let us know. We appreciate your feedback as always. And speaking of, how are you finding the new office, Peter?
Well, it's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Imagine it's such a big difference from the old one.
Yeah, it's not that far away. You can still see the old office from the roof of this building.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And yeah, it's really nice. I especially like the windows, which are all the way to the floor. So I'm sitting next to a window and I have a beautiful view outside.
That's cool. That is cool. I did not realize that because I haven't had a chance to visit myself, obviously. I will make a visit at some point soon because I definitely need to go check out the new offices because they do look wonderful. But I'll probably I'll probably get around to letting everybody kind of settle in a little bit more, let everyone kind of get moved in and all the little things all ironed out and everything like that as you do when you're moving.
Sure.
So it'll probably be a little while, but glad to hear it's so nice and that the majority of the moving is already complete as well. Of course, during that time it was a little bit busy for everybody as we had to transition from one office to the other, and obviously not an easy thing at all to do, moving from one office to another, but glad to see that you're already in the new studio. I know that that Mark and Oscar and Namira are already streaming in the new studio when they were showcasing the wheel as well, so it's great to see that we've already got a couple of streams under the hood as well already going. So yeah, and I'm sure there's a lot more space in there, but I'm sure we'll get round to a proper studio tour at some point. We won't spoil everything at once, of course. So but yeah, let's focus on Nebraska. Of course, going to be releasing on May 16th, and we've already covered quite a lot about Nebraska. For anyone who follows our blogs that me and Peter obviously write, then you would know there's already been quite a bit that we've covered in terms of different industries and towns and truck stops, and art as well was another one as well, and nature as well. Of course, being in the middle of the Great Plains, just seeing what you're seeing right now, right? Lots of rolling hills. So there's plenty there, and of course that could be a challenge for our map teams as well when it comes to creating the landscapes, because obviously you want them to feel unique and not repetitive and like actually true to how Nebraska is. So let's ask chat. Is anybody from Nebraska in the chat? Is anybody from Nebraska? Because if we got some Nebraska experts in the chat, that would be really, really handy right now. I feel like we should invite people from the state onto the stream sometimes, Peter.
Oh, that would be cool.
You know, you just get our, you know, resident
Yeah, from
Nebraska expert.
from what I've heard, from the what I read from the comments on the gameplay video, which we released a few weeks back, people were saying that it looks really like Nebraska. So I think our map team has done a great job.
I think so. I believe so. I've never had the chance to go to Nebraska myself, but maybe one day I will.
Yeah.
And then I'll know for myself. But I'm going to take everybody's word for it, for sure.
And even from the screenshot that we used for the blogs, especially for the Scenic Views blog, a lot of the screenshots were really nice. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, some of the screenshots were fantastic that were kind of featured. Of course, there's a whole host of topics you can find out and read about on our blog as well. But of course, we'll be covering lots of that when it comes to the release day. Of course, we're going to be having our traditional kind of release day stream as well. So we'll have some special guests from the team. But of course, if you're eager to kind of learn more about what Nebraska's going to hold and what you can find as a trucker in Nebraska in American Truck Simulator, then head on over to our blog, blog.scself.com. And on the right hand side, you'll see there's like a bunch of labels or tags that you can click on. And if you find the one Nebraska, you can see a majority of the topics of Nebraska there, of course, as well. So you've got plenty of reading material there as well as viewing material as well. But of course, I know that you're all focused on being here right now and kind of looking out, because I know we have a lot of eagle-eyed viewers in the chat who love to kind of spot things out when we're driving, which is always really nice. But yeah, it looks like we've got quite a few people from Nebraska in the chat. We've got Firecad, King D as well. We've got Marcel from Omaha. We've got somebody here that's from Australia that just wants to join the Nebraska crew. Welcome along. Good to have you all here. Yeah, if you're from Nebraska or if you've ever visited Nebraska, do let us know if you kind of recognize any of the areas, and let us know how it looks to you. So at the moment we're kind of on our way to Omaha, but we are welcome to detours. And if you're just joining us, chat, we're letting you control where we go in Nebraska. We've been given kind of open permission to kind of look around at the view. So yeah, maybe we'll take it easy here. Maybe find some back roads as well during the stream. But we've only got the hour, so we're kind of limited on the time. So just keep that in mind. Use your time wisely, chat. That's what I'm saying. If you wanna go somewhere where I see something. So yeah, we'll see where we go. You recognize the world map from Google Maps, okay? What were you gonna say, Peter?
I was just gonna say that I really like some of the details that you kind of see from the road, from the highway, because we drove past many like little farms and barns and stuff like that, and I think it's a really nice touch that you have these things in the map, even if it's only in the distance and you can't actually drive there, but it makes the view really much more interesting.
Absolutely it does. And well, of course, Nebraska has a huge agriculture industry. It's one of the top industries in the state when it comes to crops and seeds and farms and livestock and all sorts as well. So there is plenty around. And of course, as you know, with the release of Nebraska, there's also going to be a new kind of loading and unloading system. I'm not sure if we'll get to, or if we can show that in this stream. But either way, you will definitely get to try that yourselves on the release. So definitely keep that in mind, and you can find that the blog about that on our blog.scself.com as well. That's why you should always keep up to date with our socials on our blog. If you're not following there already, you're missing out on a lot of news for sure. But yeah, Nebraska, also known as the Cornhusker State, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, I probably should have looked this up before the stream. Why do they call it the Cornhusker machine? Is it because, like, I'm assuming that's like somebody that rips off the husk of corn? Or am I incorrect on that? I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with farming.
I was hoping you would answer that question, because I don't know what those words mean.
You don't know corn husk? It's not really a word you really hear at all.
Yeah.
In that. It's because it's big on corn. I assumed it had something to do with farming, but I didn't know if corn husker was something specific. It's just the harvesting of corn. There you go. You husk them as you go, and you husk the corn to clean it. I got you. So it's all to do with their farming backgrounds. Yeah, because I think they kind of go big on that, right? They even have like a football team, isn't it? Like the Nebraska Cornhuskers, I believe.
Oh, I don't know that.
I think I've heard it passing in mention somewhere before. So, but always interesting to know the Cornhusker State. Yeah, lots of history, of course, and of course lots of agriculture and more as well. But there was just one thing that I found very, very interesting. When I was reading about it, it was was it the Pony Express? Am I mistaken that for another state? I'm just going to quickly remind myself because maybe that was to do with Missouri. I don't remember. Maybe I should have written down some notes for this stream. Maybe maybe it would have been good.
And look how the sky cleared up.
The sky has cleared up for us.
Yeah.
It's beautiful and sunny now, which is wonderful. A lovely day here in Nebraska. Absolutely. Nebraska comes from a French name instead of a native name. Interesting. Okay. And yes, that's what the University of Nebraska is called, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, which is located in Lincoln. There we go. Got some fact checkers in the chat. I like that a lot.
And we have Lincoln in the game, I believe, right?
Yes, we do. I believe we do. Yeah, I believe that we do. Of course, plenty of different roads here to drive through. You can see lots of farms here on the left and right. Something I'm noticing actually is all the different kind of shades of vegetation here. You got some kind of like more yellow grass here, kind of on the side of the highways. Oh, almost. And then on the left, you got more greener pastures, I guess, where they're kind of like watering the crops and stuff like that. Yeah, it seems like they really got a lot of space out there in Nebraska to do all of their farming.
Yeah.
Strong ties to agriculture, absolutely. But of course, it's not all just rolling fields and green grass. Of course, we've got the cities as well, which we're heading to right now as your first choice of destination on the stream, all the way to the other end of the state. What were we thinking, Chan? What were we thinking? We should have taken the train or something. Might have been a bit quicker. Who knows?
Well, at least you get to see the whole state, right?
Yeah.
From west to east.
Absolutely, yeah. We're kind of going all the way through it, but of course there's plenty of other roads and even some other roads not on the map to be found and explored.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely be on the lookout for those for sure. But yeah, first impressions so far is looking really great. I mean, of course, in the Great Plains you can expect to see a lot of kind of like flat kind of grassy areas, but I know Nebraska has quite a few surprises, and the map team have been working very hard to put lots of details and history and all sorts into Nebraska as well, and trying to squeeze in as much as possible as well. And here we have, I know this place because I actually wrote about it. It's the archway, right? It's a museum actually in there.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean it's a very impressive structure. Very impressive.
There's a balloon.
Yeah, there's a hot air balloon, and yeah, it's the archway is a landmark and a museum. It's along the I-80, which we're on right now, which stands as a monument to adventurers who followed the Great Platte River Road and helped build America. Of course, a very iconic structure along the I-80 there. I'd love to visit that. Apparently, it's a pretty cool museum. Has anyone ever been inside? Has anyone ever been to the archway before?
And there's
I think got some pretty cool stuff.
plenty more like landmarks, right? Like the car henge, I think.
Car henge, yeah. That's another cool one.
Yeah, that's really cool.
You've never been to the Midwest? Yes, I have been in it. Says Grey Dog. How did you find it? Was it a cool museum? Is it worth definitely stopping for? Let us know.
But it's kind of special to drive through the plains because, at least in Europe or in Czech Republic, we don't have this kind of terrain. So it's it really looks a lot different. Yeah. So
Yeah, it does. You're right. Like so many like kind of wide open spaces that
yeah,
stretch, and
I find it
I mean,
really interesting.
Europe is big, but you know the United States is a lot bigger.
Oh yeah.
So vast in some areas, of course. Where Europe, on a scale like we have not so much spare land left in versus how many people there are, so it can feel quite, I don't know, claustrophobic at times. But then you come out to the US and you got all this space,
Yeah.
all these fields, all this grass. So it's impressive. It is impressive to see.
You have another field here. What is it? The thing on it? Do you think it just spreads water over it?
It could be water. It could be like some kind of, I don't know, pesticide or some sort of chemical to kind of help the plants grow, or something like. It could be feed. It could be anything.
Oh yeah,
Or
probably.
it could just be water. It could be just. It could just be water. Yeah, it really could. So, pesticide. You think? Mostly watering. Yeah, I thought so. But yeah, I know that in Nebraska as well, there's a lot of cattle, right? Chat, if any Nebraska people can confirm, there's a lot of livestock.
Oh yeah, I read that in your blog.
Yeah, so much so that there's a ratio of 3.31 cattle per person in Nebraska. So each person could have 3 cows, essentially, right? So if you love cows, Nebraska is the place to be. It's the place to be. But because of that, they require like a lot of food, right? Like they eat grass and hay and stuff like this. So they take advantage of like gathering as much grass as possible, like mowing it from the side of the highway here on the sides of roads, just so they can keep up with the amount of food that they need for the livestock, which is impressive. So you often see kind of like hay bales and haystacks all kind of towering around the place or in the fields for the cows, and so they can store them and dry them and everything that you need for these cattle. You need a mowing tractor DLC. Yeah, get a little ride on mower. You just all the way down the I-80, just mowing the entire time. That would be great. That would be great. Yeah. 16th of May is the release date. It is indeed. If you haven't added that already to your Steam wish list, by the way, please do so. It really does help us out, and we appreciate everybody so far for their support in doing so. But if you haven't already, you can find the links at the top of both of the chats, on both our YouTube and Twitch chats right now. So make sure to do that if you haven't already. We are approaching Lincoln. Is that true?
Oh, yeah.
It is true. Who was that? Who said that? Impulse Carpatu? Dang. Did you see the GPS, or did you know where you were? That's my real question. Lincoln. Here we are in Lincoln. So that means we can't be too far away.
Yeah, it's a pretty straight road to Omaha.
It is. Yeah, actually, I'm quite surprised at how straight the road is. Actually, all the way through.
Well, I think it's just you can get to Omaha from the border where we've been on the same highway, right?
But nice and easy for anyone that kind of has like cruise control or whatever, you know, like not too bad at all. So, but of course we're not stopping there. We're still on our way to Omaha. And chat, once we kind of get into that city, you got to think of the next destination, because like I said, we've already got about an hour and we're already 26 minutes into the stream, so we got to use them wisely. See where we can't get around. But yeah, we got Husker Wolf VR in the chat. Hey Husker Nation, rise up, go Big Red. Heck yeah, I know Husker's from, well, home state of Nebraska, so they're very, very excited about this DLC. I'm hoping it's living up to the expectations so far. Hopefully. We've got a nice freight train there on the right, as we were mentioning earlier about all the railroads and the trains as well. Check that out, heading underneath the interstate right there, just passing underneath us.
And I think in Lincoln there's the the factory, right? That's kind of new. That makes the parts for the RV dealers.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, you're right. The vehicle factory,
Oh yeah.
which you can deliver to and from there. Yeah. And of course, there's also sort of like modern architecture around Lincoln, historic landmarks. I think that's where the stadium is also located, right? The Memorial Stadium. And as well, actually, one of the few places in Nebraska that you're able to kind of travel up close to on the US 6, which kind of travels right through the center of the city as well, which is really, really cool.
And look at that. You have another smaller landmark here. In the
Oh
field.
yeah, we got an aircraft on the left. That's cool, like a fighter jet.
Yeah.
I do wonder what that's about.
I think there's a museum nearby.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, I
That would
think
make
it's a museum that has something to do with air fighters.
I see about about fighter aircraft or
Yeah, I think so.
yeah. That's cool. That's cool. I was not aware of that. All right, let's head on into Lincoln.
Oh yeah, we are actually already in Omaha, or at least at
Omaha, yeah.
in maybe the city is actually bigger, but I haven't explored it yet. But I think
me neither actually.
This part is already Omaha.
All right, good stuff. Yeah, me and Peter, we haven't had too much time to check out Nebraska as much as we'd like to have done, so we're also kind of getting a first look at some places here. Haven't been able to explore this area in particular just yet, so this is also new to our eyes as well, so we're kind of getting a first look together, chat, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
So we got a truck stop off there to our right. We got a
dumpling place.
The food place. They keep adding more food places, man. They all look delicious.
Yeah.
This is terrible. I don't know who's responsible for them, but they look really yummy. You got like the taco place, the pizza place, and now we got a dumpling place. I love dumplings. They're great.
Yeah. It's a shame we can just stop there and get some.
I know. It'd be perfect. It would be perfect. But we got places to explore, and we're on a time limit. We gotta get it. We gotta get around. We gotta get around.
But that red light is kind of stopping me from exploring.
It's alright. It happens.
Ah, nice.
We'll get there soon. There we go. We're gonna be turning left here. Food. Yes, all the food.
I
Alright.
think there should mostly be like some depots and stuff.
Yeah, that's the vehicle
Omaha.
factory you're talking about, right? Like the RVs and everything like that.
I think.
I mean, it looks like it with the amount of like.
Yeah, I
the
think
amount they have there.
that's the RV dealer.
Oh, the dealer, yeah. You got the buggies there. You got some boats on the right. That's cool.
Yeah, because as I've heard, the Nebraska state and also like more of the states in this area are kind of popular for these kind of vehicles and this kind of recreation.
I see it. Very, very cool.
So that's why we have these dealers in the DLC.
We got an industry up here on the right as well. You can deliver to and from, so quite a variety of industries.
Yeah, and I will have to turn here somewhere and go back because, yeah, I have no other choice.
Is there a different part that we need to kind of check out?
Actually,
let's have a look on the map.
Omaha is much bigger as I saw it, but it's kind of scattered around the easternmost part of the map. As I can show you right now, actually.
So look. Oh yeah, there you go. So
Yeah.
you see, you kind of got like the big kind of cloverleaf intersection there, and you kind of got
That's where we
different
were.
areas all around
Yeah,
it.
and
Okay.
you have all these areas as well here.
So chat, whereabouts in Omaha do you want to go to? Do you want to go up kind of up north to the kind of up the 75 or down south to 75? Or would you like to go somewhere else? Is the real question.
Yeah.
What are we thinking, chat? Everywhere?
We can maybe explore the northern part of Nebraska.
That would be cool. You want to go along the 20? Is that a good idea, chat? Up to Valentine? So you want to go up and over to Valentine? Yeah? We can do that. So if we go like, maybe if we hit up like the north of Omaha and then up and then round to Valentine.
Okay,
Let's see if that works out. So if if you
so we
click that
can
there,
go. Well, maybe we can go here, and then to Valentine, which is here.
and then to Valentine, which is there,
Yeah,
which we'll see how we do for time then. How does that sound, Chan?
I think we should be able to.
Yeah,
make that in
is that
time.
good? Everyone happy with that? Good? Can I get a thumbs up, everybody? We're all good for that trip? All right, let's go on our road trip then. Let's go on our road trip. Oh!
I was watching the chat
Yikes.
for 1 second, and this happens.
Yeah, because that's right. You have the chat in front of you now, right, Peter?
No.
No?
I have
Oh, I
it
thought you did.
I think Mark had it like that, but
I see.
I don't.
You don't? I got it. Okay. You have it off to your side on the laptop there.
Yeah, just like before. That's what I'm used to, but still didn't prevent me from crashing.
So it's just a little scratch.
Yeah.
Just a little scratch. We're on our way again. So that's kind of like one of the kind of like industrial areas and where you can kind of check out here in Omaha. But as we showed you, there's quite a few. So we're going to continue forward, check out the northern part, and then make our way round to Valentine on the 20. So I'm sure if we had Mark here, he would be telling us all sorts of fun facts. I'm sure he's travelled quite regularly through these areas, actually. But currently Mark and Nimiro and Benny, I think they're all away on a business trip at the moment. So safe travels to them. I hope it's all going well for them at the moment. And yeah, that's why you've got us two, which I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind having us and Peter, me and Peter even. Hopefully we're not that bad of a host, you know. So
That would just break my heart.
it would, yeah. Chat, please be nice. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I'll make it to Thursday if you don't. So, Omaha, the railroad capital of the West. Is that what they call it? Is that actually its like official nickname? That's cool. The Midwest is a nice region. It is. Do you know what? It's been quite surprising. Kind of this area where we've been working on. Of course, we've got a couple of other upcoming states as well for American Truck Simulator. In my head, because I've never visited these areas, and maybe Peter, you're the same as well.
Yeah.
The way it's been portrayed to me in books and in movies is that it's just big open fields of nothing. Like it's just grass, and maybe there's a house here and a house there, and Barbara lives down the road as well somewhere, and then like maybe some hills and some cows. So yeah, it's been really actually a lot of fun and very eye-opening to see actually how different it is, and actually how much history there is, and nature and agriculture, and yeah, each of these states, even though at first glance they may not look like it, they're all unique in their own ways and have their own kind of little things to them that make them special. And Nebraska has been a surprise found every corner for me so far. You know,
Yeah,
there's a lot going on in Nebraska.
a lot of interesting places to explore.
Mm-hmm. The Union Pacific HQ is located in Omaha. Very nice. Very cool. There you go. Learning something new every day. We got some buildings here on our right as well. I'm not sure what they are. We got some buildings off in the background as well. We got this, it looks like one of the kind of like grain storage, kind of some silos maybe coming up, I think.
Maybe.
Here
Yeah.
in downtown. Yeah, here we go on the left hand side.
Now I'm interested to see how the city looks like, because it's a big place. It's like kind of scattered around the whole place, you know. But there are some bigger buildings.
Yeah,
in
this
the
is what actually surprised me quite a bit for both Lincoln and Omaha. Like, there's actually quite a few like taller buildings in terms of like skyscrapers and stuff like that. And I wasn't really aware of that before. I just thought they were kind of like, you know, when they say the big city, you know, not much of a bigger city, you know. But actually, they got quite a bit of a skyline to them, which is quite nice. You can see here on our right hand side, you got some of the taller buildings. And of course, don't forget, when you're traveling around, you can use your camera to take photos of these and actually kind of collect landmarks in your photo gallery, which is always cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Very nicely modeled as well.
Yeah.
Very nicely modeled.
I don't want to crash again, but
Yeah.
I want to give you at least a glimpse of the city.
Sorry, it's alright if you slow down and make some traffic. I don't think it's too bad.
Oh yeah, that's true.
if we do that. Just want to let you know I'm from Nebraska and I'm very excited about this. I'm glad to hear that, Gunther. I'm glad to hear that. Oh, we got some red lights up ahead here. And it looks like we're going to be turning left here as well.
Oh yeah.
Have to make that wide turn. There we go. As to not block any lanes. Fingers crossed.
Oh,
now we're good. But you can see the city behind us if you just have a quick peek while we're on the red light there. There it is. Look how beautiful that looks, chat. A couple of the buildings there. Looking very, very nice indeed. The Omaha skyline. Exactly. Exactly. Will SCS visit every city in the stream? I don't think we will have time to. There's surprisingly a lot of roads to explore and a lot of towns and cities as well. So I don't think we're going to get around to it. We already have about an hour on the stream. We're already a good 40 minutes in almost. So maybe not this time around.
but we will have the next stream soon. So
we will, yeah, on the release, of course. May 16th being the release of Nebraska. On Thursday, we will of course have our traditional kind of release stream, which will have kind of special guests, and we'll be trucking throughout Nebraska through pretty much all of it.
Yeah, we will have much more time to explore the rest. Or maybe not everything, but more of it.
And yeah, Shiva, you are correct. It is possible that we can just teleport around and dev cam and such, but we wanted to show you the perspective of how you'd be driving it in American Truck Simulator, instead of just quickly dotting around and flying around. We want to show it from the POV of how you'd be playing it, kind of how it's intended, essentially.
Yeah, and it's also much more fun for me.
It is. It'd be quite boring for Peter, let's be real, just to kind of click around on a mouse and go, yep, here's this, here's that, here's this, here's that. So, yeah. But yeah, checking out another part of Omaha here, some more of the industries here on the right hand side. I think we just passed a couple.
Oh yeah.
Kind of got a work site here on the right. Some trees, lovely trees. Look at that. Those trees. Oh, there's the grass too. Ah, wonderful grass.
And you can see the skyline there.
Yeah, that's really nice actually. It's such a postcard view, isn't it? Just like kind of like having the skyscraper kind of pop out above the tree line there. Yeah, very nice. That's a lovely view. I do like that. I do like that.
Yeah. At least until now, the whole map is really nice. At least for me.
Yeah, the map has done an excellent job. I'm very excited to kind of talk to some of the team on Thursday to kind of learn more behind the process of. Yeah, can you not maybe turn left here?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So
I think so. Yeah, I was going to say
more.
You get a different road. Yeah, maybe. Hopefully. Otherwise, maybe we will have to use the dev cam. We'll see. But yeah, I'm very excited to kind of learn more about the process, because obviously it's quite a lot that goes into making these maps. You got the research process and actually then creating the assets and the network, and of course we're working on a scale as well, so we kind of got to try squeeze as much in as realistically as possible, working with that scale on American Truck Simulator. So it's going to be very interesting, so do keep an eye out for the announcement for that on Thursday, of course, for the release, and that'll be streamed live here from the brand new studios we have in Prague for the first time as well, which is always exciting. Kind of big momentous occasion for the entire team at SCS Software, of course. Alright, let's hit the road and let's make our way to Valentine, which I do wonder actually, why do they name the city or the town Valentine? Is everybody in love there? Is there like no single people in Valentine? Can you find true love always in Valentine? Is there always a discount on chocolates, or what's the secret? Does anybody know?
And is that the same Valentine that was in Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yeah, that is.
I think
A good
I
question.
heard it was inspired by this town.
Someone said they named it that because they were big fans of Red Dead Redemption 2. Alex is not so romantic. It was named for Edward K. Valentine. Well, he sounds like a romantic fella. I mean, he could have been. We'll see. You know. Oh, did I accidentally delete that? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I apologize, Mark. I just like tried to highlight the name and it accidentally deleted it. I apologize. Oh, I'm very sorry. I don't know how to undo that. Edward K. Valentine. Let's have a look here. I'm going to very quickly look it up. Who was he? He was a... Oh, you're saying he's a politician? Oh, okay, that's actually... that's no fun. Where's all the love? Where's all the chocolates and the love and the angels and... Dang it. Okay. Not as exciting as I thought, chat. I'm sorry. I thought maybe there was a bit more to it. I thought there was a bit more. He's speeding?
Yeah, just a bit.
So I said, slow down.
You know, I
Can't see the map.
I want to show you as much of the map as possible.
He's doing his best, chat. He's doing his best. It's not easy to drive and kind of like look around at the same time either. It's not a...
Yeah.
It's not an easy one.
I'm not kind of still not used to this wheel, even though
It
it
takes a lot of coordination to kind of like talk, drive, and kind of look around to offer everyone a good view as possible. I know Nimbo has kind of gotten used to it, but Peter is still getting used to it.
Yeah.
He's still working at it, so he's doing his very best.
We hadn't had a stream in a few weeks, so
Yes, exactly. But yeah, all right, let's head on our way. Some lovely views of some more industries here on our right. Got another kind of like highway or interstate that we're joining onto now. The vegetation looks great, by the way. Do love the vegetation. Some cool intersections here. Looks like we're heading on to the 275, I think it said.
yeah, I think so.
I think so. On our way. Got some farms offside. Would you believe it, chat? More farms in Nebraska. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, but it's kind of nice. There's a lot of nature.
Hmm. I'm sure it's a nice life for quite a few people out there, you know.
Yeah, it must be.
Just out and it's nice and in the middle of nowhere. Some people just kind of like that space, you know, and not being crowded in the city or kind of having a small town feel at home. So
Yeah,
kind of easy living, I think.
That's definitely true.
Yeah. Very, very nice. On our way to Valentine, which is about 4. So is there anywhere along the way that we pass when we're on our way to Valentine, by the way?
I think there's one city. Yeah, there's Norfolk.
Norfolk. Okay, yeah. We have a Norfolk here in the UK as well.
Sounds like an English name.
It is, yeah. I'm actually not too far away. My cousins are from Norfolk, actually. Kind of like on the east side of the UK, East England.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, it's not like a city. It's kind of like a whole county or state or, you know, whatever your equivalent is, basically.
And look at that.
So it's very cool. Ah, there's the cows.
Yeah.
Hey, we're talking about them. We'll talk about you guys.
Nice
Yeah.
farm.
There's loads of them there, hey? Lots and lots of cattle. Kind of grazing and doing their thing. Got some even more on the
There's
right
more,
here.
Yeah.
Gosh. Many cows. They're having a great time out there. I'm sure they're enjoying the sun themselves as well.
I'm not used to driving in this, like, kind of a third-person view.
Is it weird to you then?
Yeah, a bit. Especially when I'm looking around.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of getting used to. A little bit of getting used to, but otherwise, it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
There's a little... more cows.
More cattle. Yep. Should we be surprised? Try camera 8. Chat, what are you trying to do to Peter?
That's the one that kind of moves around.
I think so, yeah.
I won't do that. Not now.
Of course, you're going to see a lot of places like this as well. Kind of like, we kind of like to call them like little settlements, but kind of like, you know, just a few little scattered houses and properties here and there throughout the state that don't really kind of belong to a town. Kind of off to its side on its own. Oh, they've stopped quickly. Road construction, yeah. I feel like anywhere you go in the US, you're always going to find road construction, aren't you? So
there's a lot of little towns in Nebraska. We also had a separate blog about that aren't really like on the map, or but you can drive through them, so there's really much more to it than you would see on a map. Even with places like this, which are not even like an official town, right? There's no sign, I think. But the little towns, some of them are really beautiful from the screenshots that I've seen. I definitely look forward to exploring those.
So I have a question for the people from Nebraska in our chat. Say me and Peter were to come to visit Nebraska for the very first time, but we only have 24 hours. What are like some of the top places you would take us to, or you say we should visit when in Nebraska? Like, what's the go-to places? Like, and you need to see this, and you need to see this, and you need to see this. What would you recommend? And is there also a good barbecue in town as well? Is another question, I guess. I just want to find out. The zoo in Omaha. Okay. Sounds fun. We got the zoo. What else? So like some sort of kind of like natural Kearney Arch in the world's biggest rail yard. I would like to see Bailey's Yard, because I've heard it's impressive when you go up into it, because it's like they have the tower there, right, where you kind of overlook the entirety of like the rail yard. And yeah, the size and scale of it is incredible. When from what I've seen, our map team, you know, how they've recreated it, they've done such an excellent job on recreating that. We actually featured it in our blog to kind of give you that sense and size and scale of that industry that kind of works alongside the truckers and such. So yes, the Golden Spike Tower, exactly.
Oh, this is a cool town. You have donuts right there. Oh
my goodness. Very close, very close. I like the artwork there. This is another thing we actually highlighted in our blogs as well. We got some of the kind of artwork and street art that you can find around various parts of the state, kind of dedicated to some of the history and people, historical figures and people come and gone who are known to the state. And that looks like one of the cowboys there.
And there's
so close.
There's a burger place and a chicken place, and I hadn't even had dinner.
Had a diner as well. Plenty of places to eat then, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's a shame I can just grab a chicken or something.
I know. Terrible. Alright. Passing through. Lots of little industries and local businesses here as we pass kind of through the center. Keep the distance, Peter. Yeah, too close for comfort. I agree. Yeah,
don't worry. There's a lot of space.
There's a lot of space. The Buffalo Bill Ranch in North Platte. See, it seems like you know your stuff, chat. Seems like there's plenty of places to visit. Very cool. And some museums as well. Memorial Stadium would be cool to see. But I'm sure we'll definitely see it at some point. I know it's featured. And of course on Thursday we'll be doing a lot more driving. So do not fear, do not panic. Make sure you set an alarm for that one. You don't want to miss out on that. This is just kind of like a little glimpse, a little offer into what we have. And here we have a roundabout. Not something you see too often in the US. I know they're becoming a bit more commonplace, but they're there. Got the roundabout as well. Maybe we should put that in like the store description. Also features roundabouts. And we got is that a solar farm on the left as well? I think it is, right?
Yeah, looks like it.
Looks like it. Very cool. Bit of green energy, can't go wrong. Here we go. On our way now to Valentine. Not too far away.
This looks a little bit different than the south of the state.
It does, yeah. I've noticed that. I've noticed again the vegetation team done a fantastic job here in kind of providing really unique and assets for the vegetation in terms of different fauna and trees, and I think we had a whole blog about that as well. You know, all the different types and such that you can find across the state, because it varies quite a bit. And yeah, it definitely does have a different feel and look to the south where we were driving earlier when we were driving along the interstate there.
Yeah, there's
Very
more
nice.
trees and bushes and stuff, I would say.
It's true. There's a lot of it in Nebraska. There's a lot of it.
And
a lot of
in
different
the
crops.
distance are more cows.
All started. Looking good. Again, chat, if you're just joining us, by the way, do keep in mind, this is a work in progress. Of course, it does release on May 16th, but our team is still working hard behind the scenes, polishing things up, making sure everything is ready. So if you do spot anything that doesn't look right or out of the ordinary, just do keep in mind we're still working on it, and it may not represent the final product. Nice little farm there as well. I love the details they put in. Fantastic. Yeah. All the details.
Even if you look like to the distance, you can see some smaller farms there. Like, it's not just forests or plains, but you know, they really put the work into this DLC. I have to get somewhere, to the right, I guess.
And I believe as well, I'm just going to double check myself here on our blogs, because I remember writing about it, but I did want to just very, very quickly double check here if I can find it. One thing that I mentioned in the blog, but I want to kind of alliterate it here as well and just kind of put attention to. We're kind of very proud to share. Our map team has done an incredible job with everyone else that's been involved as well in the creation of these, but that each one of the farms that you can kind of deliver to and from in the Nebraska DLC have been handcrafted and do not use generic prefabs, which is absolutely incredible. This means you can experience a unique depot that varies in looks and in size and delivery points. So from these farms, you're able to haul a range of different produce, including livestock and even farm equipment as well, to and from different farms and industries across the state and beyond, which is awesome, which is really, really cool. And that's a really, really nice kind of thing that they've included, because they're so, you know, like as we've been mentioning, as we've been driving through Nebraska, you can see so many different farms. So you're going to be working with the agriculture industry quite a lot in Nebraska. So the fact that you're going to have unique kind of prefabs on each one is really, really cool. And then they've been kind of handcrafted for each one.
Look at that, we are in O'Neill, which I think is...
Ooh.
I don't know if I remember that right, but it's the Irish capital of Nebraska, right? I think so.
Is it actually?
Yeah, there's the Shamrock on a intersection.
Oh, of course, you see
somewhere.
it in the trailer. Yeah.
This is one of the little towns that are not even on the map, but I want to find the Shamrock.
Hello from America. We got Mark in the chat. We're also technically in America, just virtually, of course. How you doing, Mark? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're safe traveling. And there's the Shamrock you're talking about, just up ahead. Very cool. Yeah, because actually, funny enough, our local Irish bar is called O'Neill's. I think it's quite a popular Irish name to use. So
that's nice.
It is very, very cool. They've got like a massive shamrock there in the middle. I'm sure it's a bit of a party around, St. Patrick's Day. I'm sure there's a lot going on in this town.
Oh yeah,
quite a popular stop. All right, let's continue forward then. Continuing forward to our destination of Valentine, which I think will have to be our last stop of the stream because we are quickly running out of time here. Already approaching the hour pretty quickly.
And look how far to the right you can see.
Wow, yeah, the view distance, fantastic. You can even see like a crop duster out there on the fields, working hard.
Yeah.
Working with the crops there. It's it really gives you kind of that sense of vastness, doesn't it? Really puts a thing into scale of kind of how vast and open Nebraska is in terms of the area and the plains as well, which is really fantastic to see.
And it looks completely different than the place that we were in like a few minutes ago, which is also really nice that, you know, it's the state it's not the same. Like it varies from place to place.
Yeah, it all has its own look and feel according to where you are, and hopefully our fellow Nebraskans in the chat, is that even a word? I don't know. Nebraska people in the chat would agree as well. I love some of the shots that we've seen coming out from the blogs as well, and you might have seen a few examples of them here while we're driving, kind of like the rolling hills, kind of see the hills kind of going up and down, and you know, bringing a bit of variety in the landscape as well, which looks really, really lovely. Nebraska folk, yeah, I'm not really sure. Do you call yourself Nebraskans? Is that a thing? Kind of like how New York people call themselves New Yorkans, or I don't know, you know, whatever you want to do it. Nebraskans, is that correct? You may need to correct me on that. I hope I'm not offending anybody. Or Huskers? Wait, do they just call themselves Huskers?
Yeah.
Let's see. Welcome to Basset.
Yeah, another little town.
Nebraskans? Okay. Another little town as we're passing through. It is a nice little quaint town. Little gas station off to the left there, a few homes, nice little convenience store. Couple of little industries, some residential areas as well. And of course, some more cows.
Yeah.
Would you believe it? Nebraska, unheard of. Unheard of farms and cows. Very rare sight. 1 in a million. Got some silos off there to the right as well. Seems to be getting a little bit misty actually, a little bit foggy now, right?
I wanted to point out that the light is kind of interesting with the fog and the sun going down.
Yeah. And there's some of the hills there we're talking about, some of the rolling hills in the back.
It's starting to look a little bit spooky with the fog.
It is looking a bit spooky. I mean, I guess if we really wanted to, we could always just throw in a console command, if you know it, Peter, to change up the weather, or just change the time so that the weather moves along to some nicer weather. What do you think?
Well, I actually kind of like it.
We're gonna keep it that way. All right, we'll keep it that way.
I think we should be there soon, right?
We're not too far. Yeah, we're like 30 miles away.
Yeah,
not far at all.
I actually kind of like to that we get to see the state in a different weather and lighting as well.
That's true. That's true. Hopefully everyone can see okay though, right? Everyone's enjoying the ride. We hope you've been enjoying this kind of first look at Nebraska live on stream. Of course, there's gonna be more opportunities to see that on Thursday as well, of course. So do let us know.
Look at that. We already have the Valentine welcome sign.
Welcome to Valentine. We are on our way. Wow, huge river here. We're just passing over. Look at that. The size of that, quite decently sized.
I didn't catch the name.
Did you not?
There was a sign on the side of the road, but I didn't have enough time to read
Traveling
it.
too fast. Yeah. Traveling too fast. The Platte River. Is that what it is? Got it.
Oh, isn't that the big one that runs through the whole state?
I believe so. I believe so. All right. Here we are in Valentine. This was your choice, chat. We've traveled through Omaha, kind of explored that. We're now in Valentine as well. Here is Valentine. Lovely looking town, or city even. Coffee breaks galore. We got a thrift store up there. We got a couple of industries as well.
I was wondering why I'm slowing down when I was pushing the pedal, but
I thought you were just enjoying the view.
Nah,
I thought you're just checking it out.
I got confused and I I pushed the brake instead of the gas.
Very, very nice. You got some car dealership here. We got a gas station, a couple of gas stations. Oh no, it's just all part of the same one there. Oh yeah, there is two gas stations. Of course, you got your garage as well, which truckers will know all too well. A familiar stop for sure. But yeah, looking good in the evening light, and all very exciting indeed. But yeah, that's Valentine.
Oh,
that is Valentine. So I guess because time has run out very, very quickly, we have to pull ourselves into here once the light turns green. But we hope you enjoyed the drive with us, chat. We hope you've enjoyed the drive with us and checking out Nebraska with us here live on the stream, and kind of giving you a glimpse of what is to come on May 16th. That's this week. That is, yes, on Thursday. And of course, I know lots of you have been asking questions about the release and such like that as well. All the details will be revealed very, very soon, I promise you. We're not going to keep it secret from you. So keep an eye on our blog, keep an eye on our social media. We will let you know the times of the release and what's happening and the kind of the schedule as soon as it's all ready to go. So do not panic. Do not panic. So definitely make sure, if you're not already, follow us here on Twitch or on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube as well. Just want to say a massive thank you as well to everybody that has been following us on Twitch, because we are almost at 60,000 followers. We're at 59,454. It'd be awesome if we could hit 60,000 on Thursday, but we'll see if that happens. But it wouldn't be too bad. But here we are, ending the night in Valentine after a full day of driving. Peter, how did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was especially fun to be back on the stream after a small break, and I really enjoyed driving through Nebraska. I think it's a beautiful state, and I'm already looking forward to Thursday to exploring more of the state. Yeah,
absolutely. And if we quickly take a very quick look at the map again, I just want to show, if we zoom out a little bit, you can kind of see the journey we've made. We've kind of barely scratched some of the roads there. We've kind of just done that one little round, almost a round trip, almost a round trip. But you can see there's so much more there to explore, and there's even some roads that aren't even kind of shown on the map, and some places not on the map either as well. So very, very exciting, and still lots more to see. So do not panic. There's lots more to see, and we're going to leave, obviously, some to you as well, chat, to explore for yourselves. So if you haven't already, please make sure, if you haven't, it'd mean a lot to us if you can add Nebraska to your Steam wishlist. You can find the links pinned in the chat above at the top there. It really does help us out, and a massive thank you to everyone that has supported us so far in doing so. I know a lot of you have had Nebraska on your wishlist for a long time, so it does mean a lot. We got Simon in the chat as well. Simon, it's great to have you here. Thanks for joining us. I'm sure we'll definitely hear more from you in the near future for sure. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed it, chat. And Peter, thank you as well for driving us around.
Hey, it was a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been fun, real fun to kind of check out Nebraska here for the first time live on the stream, and also behind the scenes as well. We have Jacob, who's been running kind of the new setup that we have here in Prague in the office. So thank you for making that work, and look forward to the next stream as well soon. Again, follow us on social media. We'll keep you up to date with all the details for that. If you're joining us on Twitch, though, do you think we should raid somebody, Peter? What do you think?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. We haven't done, because we haven't streamed in a little while. Like, it's actually been kind of a little while since we did kind of one of these streams. We kind of only been starting to get back into it, so it's good to be able to maybe find somebody we can raid. So let me just quickly have a look around to see who we can find. Let's see who is driving right now on Twitch. Let's have a look ski here. Let's have a look here. There's somebody here called Adumia, and it's their anniversary stream. So I think we should go give them a big happy streaming anniversary. They're currently trucking in Utah in American Truck Simulator. So let's go raid them, I think. Let's do that. Oh, and I've put in the wrong name. Almost put in the wrong name. There we are. So let's go raid Adumir, who's currently trucking on American Truck Simulator. So, chat, thank you again so much for joining us. Join us again, please, on May 16th for Nebraska, for the release of Nebraska, which is all very, very exciting. But keep up to date with all the latest news on our social media, blog, and more. And it's been a pleasure being with you and driving with you again. It feels like it's been a little while. So thank you, everybody, for all your support. Peter, is anything else you'd like to say before we disappear?
Well, I think I already said everything, but it was a lot of fun driving to Nebraska and being back on the stream. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you again on Thursday.
Absolutely. We can't wait to see you then. Take care, everybody. We'll see you again all very, very soon. But until then, keep on trucking and have a great rest of your evening. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.